After his jaw-dropping appearance in Shang-Chi, I've been thinking a lot about Emil Blonsky and the Abomination that he would eventually become. In today's video, I want to cover his history within the MCU to help give everyone a better understanding of the character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how he ended up in a steel cage match against a master of the mystic arts. Emil Blonsky was born in Russia in the early 1970s, but he lived the majority of his life in England, where he would enlist in the Royal Marines and eventually would prove his mettle time and time again, garnering him multiple promotions and nearly every honor the British Armed Forces could bestow. During one of his famed missions, Blonsky was sent to South America to capture a notorious cartel leader. As it just so happens, Bruce Banner was recently in the same area and had gone into one of his uncontrollable Hulk rampages just prior to Blonsky's arrival. Upon witnessing the aftermath, Blonsky was shocked to discover that the damage that had been dealt to the cartel stronghold was done so without the use of explosive shells. Eventually, Emil found a young boy, Miguel, whom Bruce had been helping find his way through the jungle. Miguel explained that this man had turned into a monster and had gone berserk, destroying everything. However, this explanation did nothing but confuse Blonsky, who was left with no answers after he was called home by the Royal Marines. Not long after this, General Joe Greller was tasked with assembling a strike force to track down and apprehend Bruce Banner. He reached out to a contact within the Royal Marines and requested that Emil Blonsky be loaned to the US military to assist with the manhunt. While we don't know the name of the contact, he had this to say concerning the request.
Per your petition, we have all agreed to hereby loan out the services of Blonsky for the duration of your apprehension of the fugitive. You won't be disappointed. He's one of our fastest, strongest, and most lethal soldiers. A little overkill to be sending him to bring in a meek university scientist, but I have to assume you're aware of variables that we are not. He will be on a chopper out of Westminster at 600 hours, to the location provided in the petition. You owe me, Joe. A lot more than cheap cigars.
After arriving on US soil, Blonsky and his team were briefed by General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, stating,
"Your target is a fugitive from the US government and stole military secrets. He is also implicated in the deaths of 2 scientists, a military officer, an Idaho State trooper, and possibly 2 Canadian hunters, so don't wait to see if he's a fighter. Trank him and bring him back."
While Ross made it clear that Banner should be taken out quickly, he didn't expand on why, which led to Blonsky and his team being unprepared to face the Hulk. Upon seeing the monster, Blonsky attempted to take it down with bullets, but they did nothing. The Hulk eventually tossed a forklift at Blonsky and escaped, leaving the strike team empty-handed. After returning to Ross, Blonsky was of course furious.
We had him, and then something hit us, something big hit us.
They threw up a forklift truck like it was a softball. It's the most powerful thing I've ever seen.
Ross explained that the monster was the target, but did not reveal any additional details. Realizing that even the most deadly strike team that could be assembled was still no match for the Jade Giant, Ross stole an imperfect, replicated version of the super soldier serum and then reported it missing to cover his tracks. He then secretly called in Blonsky and administered the super soldier serum to give the Royal Marine a fighting chance. Enhanced by the serum, Blonsky led another mission to apprehend Banner, this time at Culver University. With some help from Stark Industries and their sonic cannons, the team was able to do much better, and due to his enhancements, Blonsky was able to evade the Hulk's attacks, but the soldier's ego got in the way, and he was unceremoniously pummeled by the Green Goliath, crippling him. However, due to the effects of the super soldier serum, he completely recovered within 24 hours, and was then visited by Ross. Blonsky expressed that he wished to get another crack at Banner and was given a larger dose of the super soldier serum to assist him, which ended up deforming his spinal column. When Banner was discovered in New York City, Emil and his team went in to capture him. Upon locating Banner, Blonsky was furious that Banner had seemingly been cured of his affliction, as he still wanted to test his mettle against the Hulk. but he soon discovered that Banner's irradiated blood had been saved by Daniel Stearns, and forced the scientist to inject him with the blood, which turned Blonsky into an abomination, and amplified not only his strength, but his appetite for violence as well. Finally satisfied with the power that he had gained, Abomination went on his own rampage through Harlem, goading the military into responding, and eventually forcing Bruce Banner to transform back into the Hulk to challenge Blonsky. While it seemed that the Abomination was more than a match for the Hulk, Blonsky was eventually defeated and spared by the Hulk. Their grisly battle led to the destruction of Harlem that was dubbed the Harlem Terror by the New York Bulletin, and following his defeat, Blonsky was sent to the vault in Barrow, Alaska, where he was kept cryogenically frozen under the watch of General Ross and S.H.I.E.L.D. Around this time, Phil Coulson met with Jasper Sitwell to discuss Nick Fury's Avengers Initiative and the World Security Council's request, which was to include Emil Blonsky, the Abomination, on the team, who they considered a war hero. The events of the Incredible Hulk were blamed on Banner by the Council, who planned to have Blonsky exonerated, released, and added to the Avengers. Fury did not want Abomination on the team, but could not ignore a direct order from the Council. So Coulson and Sitwell came up with a plan to send Tony Stark to secure Blonsky from Thaddeus Ross, as they believed Stark would unintentionally screw up the meeting and Ross would refuse to release Blonsky to S.H.I.E.L.D. Ross became so angry with Stark during their meeting that he attempted to have Tony thrown from the bar, but Stark instead purchased the bar and had it demolished a week later. Suffice it to say that S.H.I.E.L.D. was unable to secure Abomination for the Avengers Initiative. Years later, Emil does battle against Wong, a master of the mystic arts, in Jia Ling's underground fighting arena. As the years have gone by, Emil's deformities caused by the super soldier serum and Bruce Banner's irradiated blood had become even worse, and he's grown fins on both his face and over the length of his spine, as well as some armor plating on his legs, forearms, and shoulders. Why he was fighting against Wong in this arena is unknown, but it is clear that Wong was training Blonsky, possibly as part of a prisoner reformation program established by the Avengers. Following their friendly fight, which Abomination lost, he goes with Wong through a sling ring portal, presumably to be put back into a containment unit in prison until he is allowed out once again. So that is the entire history of Emil Blonsky, also known as Abomination, as we know him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Will the character show up again after his appearance in Shang-Chi? Who knows, but hopefully. If you guys want to see Abomination back, please be sure to let us know down in the comments. Also be sure to like and subscribe, it does really help us out. And remember the motto, it's Abomination over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.